Hey there, so let's talk about your essential questions. Your essential questions essentially are the North Star. They're your guiding question for the entire project. It's something that you should be able to come up with fairly easily, but we don't always talk in these terms, so I wanted you to understand that a little bit. Essential questions, they're big enough to guide your whole project, and to answer them, you actually have to put things together. You have to synthesize information. So you have to find things, information, data, numbers, and then you have to put it together and tell me what it means. It usually shows relationships, impact, how this impacts that. It often makes you draw conclusions. It always makes you draw conclusions, and you have to support those conclusions with facts. That's an essential question. It's not something that's a yes or a no, or it can be answered with a simple Google search, or just give me three facts and it's answered. That's not an essential question. It shouldn't sound like something that you could answer in a trivia game for a prize. And if it doesn't show impact or relationships between something and something else, it's not really a good question. So let's talk about this. Practicing dating violence. What is dating violence? That's something that's very Googleable. So if I looked it up, I could see dating violence and get my list of the kinds of things that could go on. What factors contribute to abusive relationships? Well, that's a whole different conversation, because now you're talking about the different factors that the psychologists have told me and how that impacts a person's behavior. That's a relationship piece. And it's creating meaning, because you can't guarantee that a person who behaves a certain way will be abusive or won't be, right? So here's your turn. Let's practice this. I'll give you a minute. Write a good essential question to youth sports. So stop the video, think about what that question would be, jot that down, and see what you came up with. Good. I hope you did. And if you did, then what you came up with was probably something along the lines of, how does early involvement in youth sports impact the student athlete? Or how do student injuries impact student memory? Or how can participation in youth sports improve time management skills and eventual student performance? There's a lot of things that you could do. Let's make this one better. This is a terrible question, right? What is poverty? What is poverty is a terrible question, right? So think about, what is poverty? Impact. Pause. Write your question down. Now, how does poverty impact a child's ability to learn is one way to do it. How does poverty impact a child's health? Why does poverty track along racial lines in America? Why is there so much income disparity in America? There's all kinds of significant questions that you could ask in reference to that. Now, this one's harder, but make it better. What's the history of gang violence in Hartford? That's probably a 2-page, maybe even 3-page history paper. And there's nothing wrong with a good history paper. But a capstone project, and what's unique to capstone, is the essential question. So, not what is the history of gang violence, but think about it, write it down. How has gang violence impacted the city of Hartford? Or how has gang violence impacted family structures? Or why is gang violence tracking with poverty areas? Any of those things usually work. So I want you to take some time, look at that assignment. And when you go to the assignment, you want to take out this My Essential Question, and you want to do that assignment right here. And I'll just make this just a little bit bigger. Let me go to View and see if it goes to full screen. Nope. Let's see if I can get it to go. There we go. You write your topic in here. You already have that. Then write your essential question. Ask yourself the question. Is it on topic? Make sure it's a yes. Does the question make a yes or no answer impossible? Does the question require synthesis and conclusion? You have to think about it and synthesize it. And how does it connect to the community as a whole? If you're saying yes to those things, then you've written an essential question. And turn it in. Hope that helps. Thanks so much for watching.